And welcome back. And just for all of our viewers, the Carolyn that I was mentioning is our great executive producer who's locked in a bathroom somewhere trying to produce this from her house. So she's too young to ever get the vaccine. So that's who I was referring to. Now, welcome back. There is nothing that stirs the passions of political junkies than public disagreements in the newspapers. And earlier this week, County Executive Marc Elrich suggested that a segment of the Purple Line be changed from 2 tracks to 1 as it entered Bethesda. His reason for this was in part to save the Crescent Trail to pedestrian use and in part to save $50 million in construction costs. The response from the planning board chairman, Casey Anderson, the next day was to call the proposal a dumb idea. So, Laurie, what's wrong with trying to save 50 million bucks?
I'm all for saving money, and I'm not an expert on the Purple Line, but I do think that I do have read that Marc Elrich did have conversations with the Montgomery County Department of Transportation and the Purple Line staff. And this is not a way of getting rid of the 2 lines, just having 1. It's about deferring the 2nd line. So if it can work and it's viable, then I think it's worth looking at and worth making decisions on that. I don't think I would call Marc Elrich dumb for that.
Well, the idea, not him personally. I don't think,
yes, dumb for that.
I don't think it was an ad hominem attack. It was just the suggestion. Sam, what's your view on this?
Casey, idea is the key word. This is a proposal. And as Laurie said, he's talked to the local experts, and now they're also going to the Maryland Department of Transportation. And he's waiting to see what the response is going to be. If it's a reasonable alternative, I would support it. If it's not, then I wouldn't. But the idea is, first of all, we need to get this Purple Line open. And secondly, we need to protect the trail and reestablish recreational facilities for our citizens. So he's looking for a bridge. And saving 50 million in this environment is a good thing.
Well, there are some that could say that this is just a blatant political opportunity to get Bethesda votes when he runs for re-election, Sam.
I don't think you have to worry about that. I think he has his Bethesda votes regardless.
Oh, you think they're in the bag?
Trail. What he's looking for, Casey, are the Republican votes, because all the Republicans in the county, the few that there are, would like to see Marc save $50 million and have that money go to reduce our taxes.
Sam, there is. I hate saying this, and Laurie, you can cover your ears when I say this. It doesn't matter who the Republicans vote for. It's the Democratic primary will determine who the county executive is.
Marc,
we all know that.
He's going to
Unless
win.
we have a great candidate come up who's a Republican, and I'm still waiting to find out who it's going to be.
Are you announcing, Laurie?
No.
All right, we only have a few more minutes left in this segment. I want to talk. The General Assembly is considering the replacement of Maryland, My Maryland as the state song. And in a similar situation, the state of Texas this week decided to keep The Eyes of Texas as its state song, but it decided that it will no longer be played after sporting events. I'm not sure the significance of that. Sam, is it time for Maryland, My Maryland to be replaced?
Casey, I really don't know the wording of the song, but if it's offensive, I would be in favor of seeing if I could change the words so that it would not be offensive. Of course, people on the other side say, well, you've been a bigot for 30 years, for many years that song's been out there, and it should go. I really don't know the answer to that.
Laurie, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's to the tune of the "Oh Christmas Tree," which I didn't realize until recently. So, and it refers to President Lincoln as a despot. So there are some things in there that are concerning, but I like the idea of calling it a historical Maryland song. But if you try to bring a new song in, we're going to have trouble with that, because how are you going to make a new song in today's culture. We're going to have no gender specific terms. We're going to have you know, things that like, don't talk about crabs because we have people offended by the, you know, they went for cruelty to the animals. You know, no mention of God. It's going to be really hard to put together a song that everyone's going to agree on. So good luck with the new song.
Well, like Sam, I don't know all the words to Maryland, my Maryland, other than the first four words. So, but I do think that we have to put things in historical context and realize that not everything is meant and intended to be offensive. And if we can, as Sam suggested, if we can modify the song and the lyrics of the song to be more appropriate, I'm all in favor of it. I'm all in favor of that. Does that work for everybody? Is that a good compromise?
Work.
It works for you?
I'm just, I like the idea of crabs and rockfish in the song. I didn't realize that we would offend people, but you're right. The animal lovers would go crazy.
That's
well,
right.
if you're allergic to shellfish, you might,
Yep.
not want to go into anaphylactic shock every time you're singing it. Stay tuned for parting shots when we come back from the short break.